Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. As courts in Sweden have overturned Encrochat cases, saying the evidence has no legal value, and the Dutch courts accusing the NCA of leaking French military secrets. You would think the UK would have been slowing down with the arrests and prosecutions of Encrochat cases, but this is not the case. Today they have released even more footage for the media about raids to do with Encrochat related cases, and more people have been jailed based on messages from the hack. The latest one that appeared in court is an Encrochat drug boss was planning to buy his girlfriend a £100,000 watch for Christmas. So they're using evidence from things that haven't even happened yet, and they're using this in court. They say he was running a drug gang that was worth £1.3 million and boasted about buying his partner a £100,000 watch for Christmas that he never got to buy her. Stephen Nicholls was the Encrochat user, CubRing, and he dealt with the importers of drugs and led a 160 kilogram cocaine and heroin plot, and has been jailed today for that evidence. Nicholls directed a team that they said in court was a lieutenant called Deary, and his name on Encrochat was the RecoveryMan, and this was because he had a recovery business that was a cover for his illicit trade. Deary was from Liverpool, and he deployed cars and vans to carry the drugs in hides in vehicles across the country and also the Liverpool area. The conspiracy saw Nicholls make a lot of money, and he confirmed this by sending pictures to friends on Encrochat, saying that his current balance was £1.3 million. They said the gang was making so much money, they hid it under floorboards and in wall cavities, and on April the 3rd, 2020, one of the conspirators told Nicholls that all of the work was inside the walls, it's under the cavities and floorboards. Stephen warned them, lads, you've got over £1 million, do not tell anyone that it's there, ever. He talked about his plans for the business when he messaged another Encrochat user on April the 13th. He said, lad, I just want a couple of million and I'm done. On May the 18th, another Encrochat user said to Nicholls, you are selling industrial amounts of cocaine and driving a 60 grand motor. Nicholls sent him a picture of a £106,000 Richard Mille watch and said, I'm gonna get this for the missus for Christmas. The phone network was hacked by French authorities, and they supplied the data to the National Crime Agency and Merseyside Police, and this has been criticised by Dutch and Swedish courts due to the way that this was done. Detectives identified massive amounts of money that had been kept in a safe house in Everton, where they recovered £500,000 under floorboards. The raid of Deary's house found 5 kilos of 86% pure cocaine, and they said when it was cut, it could be worth up to £500,000. Liverpool Crown Court found Nicholls guilty of being involved in the supply of 112 kilos of cocaine and 4.5 kilos of heroin from March the 26th to June the 22nd, 2020. Nicholls had 37 Encrochat phone numbers in his contact list, and he spoke to at least 20 of them, and Deary had 73 and spoke to 24. The prosecution said Nicholls discussed on a near daily basis the amount of money that he was making and the amount of drugs that he was selling. He said Nicholls made massive rewards and had a big operation and made references to hundreds of thousands of pounds on more than one occasion and in excess of £1 million. Mr. Riding said that Encrochat material showed that Deary was involved in the supply of 38 kilos of Class A drugs and also dealt in ketamine and also cannabis. He said 5 kilos of cocaine was found at his home and a small amount of drugs was found at Nicholls' address on June the 22nd during the raid. Mr. Riding said a raid on another conspirator's house found £554,000 in cash, and the man is still wanted by the police. Both Nicholls and Deary gave no comment in their interviews, and Nicholls admitted to supplying the drugs and cocaine and criminal property, and he also pled guilty arson with reckless endangerment of life, relating to 2 incidents not connected to this case. He was previously jailed for 7.5 years for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs in 2012, and the prosecution said that Nicholls accepted his previous conviction was an aggravating factor on this case. even though it was a long time ago. Deary admitted also to supplying cocaine, heroin, ketamine and cannabis, and the prosecution said that he accepted that Deary was somewhat below Nicholls in the chain and appeared to have worked for him to some extent. Julia Nutter, defending Deary, said that his client and Nicholls had shown courage by going guilty as early as they did, rather than waiting for the outcome of other Encrochat cases, which a lot of people have done. He said that in fact 5 kilos was found in his home, and perhaps this was a sign that he was only supplying a certain amount. The prosecution said that Deary had a reference from Derry Matthews, adding that he had done some good work in the community and he was a family man, and he asked to apologise to the court for his actions. They said that both men used Encrochat devices and were associated with a high level of criminal activity. Prior to the unexpected capture of material by foreign law enforcement agencies, you and others were speaking freely about the amount of drugs and money you was making on this network, and you created a gang that was responsible for distributing this much drugs around the UK. Nicholls was jailed for 16 years and 8 months, and the judge jailed Deary for 12 years and 8 months. Speaking after the case, Detective Inspector Lee Wilkinson said, "Today we have brought down another massive Encrochat case with Operation Phonetic and working with officials across Europe to continue to do this." But in fact, that is quite a misleading statement due to the fact that Dutch and Swedish authorities are not as understanding as the UK. But even so, today more people have been charged in cases to do with Encrochat. So this is just another update to do with it, and we're definitely going to keep you updated in the future. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.